Hey everybody, this is Dr. Ladre Weathersby, your Better Life Coach, coming to you with today's blurb for April the 16th. Here we are, the third Monday of the second quarter of 2018. And I want to ask you a question. Are you offensive? Are you offensive? Are you offensive? Now, most people, when I ask that question, their mind immediately runs to the negative definition of offensive. So let me talk to you so you'll know. Okay. Yes, I know there's one definition of offensive that says it outrages the moral or physical senses. That's not what I'm talking about. It is the act of displeasing or affronting. That's not what I'm talking about. It is a breach of moral or social code. That's accurate, but that's not what I'm talking about. When I say, are you offensive? This is the definition I'm working on. It is the act of attacking, the means or method of attacking or attempting to score. It's a sports term, but I'm not even talking about in sports. I'm really talking about life as a mindset. So when I say offensive, I am talking about a strategic mindset. This is not just simply being proactive. To be proactive is an action. You know for a fact that you're going to do something at 7:30. So being proactive says, hey, at 6:30, you should be on your way. The night before, you put it out. You put your clothes out, you set everything up the night before. That is being proactive. But what I'm talking about is being offensive as a mindset to do everything in your life. Where did this come from? Well, I was reading the Millionaire Booklet with Grant Cardone. And what he said was that the wealthy are offensive in nature. So let me give you a little bit of foundation for where I'm going. There are three classes of people, three social classes of people. It's not an exact science as far as, there are hues and tiers within each one. But the lower class, they tend to be offensive and defensive about the stuff that doesn't matter as much. Okay. We've all been there. Well, the biggest thing we were focused on was entertainment and fun, offensive. That was the goal. They were attacking that. That was their priority. The middle class, they tend to be defensive about the wrong stuff. They're offensive about the right stuff, but they're defensive about the wrong stuff. They're comfortable. They're waiting until the last minute to work on certain things. Their method of operation is to stay comfortable. Their method of operation is just to not lose. But the wealthy are those who are offensive. It is their intent in everything to win, in everything to gain. And so my question to you is, are you offensive in your mindset? Are you doing everything with the intent to win? I know everything's not a game. I know everything doesn't take score. But imagine if everything you did with the intent to win. Come on. Let's talk for a moment. One of the worst games to watch is when Team A doesn't score, but they stop Team B from scoring. That's what the middle class do. I know, because I'm shaking myself of this mindset as well. Where I just don't want to lose. No. It's not enough to not lose. I need to win at everything as often as possible. In my lower class days, it was, hey, I got to get to work on time. Yeah, that's fine. But at the same time, I didn't do what it took to make sure everything was offensive. It was really easy to go play video games and be offensive about that, but it was not easy to get to work on time. It was not easy to go to school. It was not easy to do things that I needed to do, but I was really good at doing the things I didn't need to do. That's the lower class versus the middle class. And so Grant Cardone presents this idea of being offensive, which means you're looking to score every time. You're looking to win every time. So let's talk a little bit about finances. And I'm gonna let you go. It's a really short video, but I want to give you some foundation first. Can you imagine earning income and spending the money with the mindset to win every time? A lot of times the lower classes, when they're earning money, they're just doing enough to pay the bills. The middle class, they're doing just enough to have some cushion. But Grant Cardone suggests that we have an offensive mindset where we're doing enough with our finances, not to just pay the bills, not to just be comfortable, but we're to win in the finance game. So let's put some numbers to this. Let's assume, that we're making money, and the goal is to pay the bills. That's the lower class. So if my bills are $2,000 a month, hey, let's make 2,200. We got just enough to pay the bills. The middle class says, well, hey, our bills are $2,000 a month, but we want to be comfortable. So they don't want to lose as far as being negative financially, but they're not doing an all-out assault in the financial in the career area to make more money. So what they're doing is that instead of making 2 grand a month to meet the bills, they make maybe 4. That's nice. We've got our cushion left. But what the wealthy would do is say, hey, yeah, I need to make $2,000 a month to live, but let's go for 20,000. What? Offensive as a mindset is going well above and well beyond. It's not just being proactive, it is actually having a strategic mindset of winning so that when everything that we do, we're talking about finances at this moment, it's above and beyond what's needed. So can you imagine your bills being $2,000 a month to live, and your offensive nature, so your offensive mindset says, hey, we make 6 grand a month. Hey, we make 8 grand a month, and not increase your bills to the level of what you make? Come on. That's where the poor get in trouble, or the lower class. The middle class will get in trouble because they're comfortable just being a little above. But the offensive mind says, I don't want just a little. I want total victory. I don't want to just win by 1 point. I want to beat the enemy. I want to crush him. One of the best games to watch is when the sports teams are, there's a great game going on, and the score is like 100 to 83, 86. They beat them by a margin. And this offensive mindset says no longer is it just enough. No longer is it a little bit above. We're going for the gusto. We're going for it. We're going for it. We're going for it. We're going for it. It's the place where your goal is more than enough, way more than enough. So that's my question for you. Are you offensive? It's not just an action, it is a mindset that will permeate everything that we do. So join us on Wednesday. We're going to come back with Facebook Live, and we'll talk more about being offensive, but we'll talk about an area of life. And then on Friday, come join us again. We'll talk about a second area of life. We'll conclude our session for this week. Again, are you offensive? Thank you for joining us. Hey, this is Dr. LaDre Weathers with your Better Life Coach. Be on the lookout. If we don't have your email address, please send it to us at info@betterlifeinstitute.info. Again, that is info@betterlifeinstitute.info. Or send it to us on our Facebook page at Better Life Institute. Why? Because we're rolling out something for our followers, not for the public followers, but for those we've got their email addresses for. We're going to roll out a monthly special webinar just for you, just because you're supporting us, and it's another chance to make an impact. Just remember that when life is pretty good, a better life is always best, especially when you're offensive. Have a great one. Bye-bye.